Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new lesson in the course. In this lesson, we will create this nice line loading effect. And in order to see what is happening, well, let's look at a slower demo of this loading effect. I will reload the page, and you can see the line scales or grows up from left to right. Then it shrinks from left to right as well. Then it grows again from right to left. And finally, it shrinks from right to left as well. This will be an interesting effect, so let's see how we can create it. I will go here in my HTML and add a div, then give it a class of loading. Then I will go to my CSS, target that class of loading, and I will add width, 300 pixels, height, 3 pixels, background color, white. So now you can see we have our line here, and now it's time to animate it. I will go back and create a new animation. Name it line. And inside that, at 0% of the animation duration, I will add transform, scale X, 0. So the line will start growing from a scale of 0. And we want it to start growing from left to right. That means that we need to change its transform origin property. It's center by default, so we will make it left. So I will add transform origin, left. Then, at 45% of the animation duration, I will add transform, scale X, 1. So the line will be at its full width at 45% of the animation duration. It will scale from nothing to its full width in this duration from the beginning of the animation to 45% of the animation duration. That's why we need to keep the transform origin as it is. So I will add transform origin. Left as well. Then, at 50% of the animation duration, I want to keep the scale as it is. So I will add transform, scale X, 1. Then I will add transform origin, left for now. Then finally, at 100% of the animation duration, we want the line to shrink again. So we'll add transform, scale X, 0, then transform origin, left for now again. Okay, let's go up and add this animation to the line. I will add animation, line, 2 seconds. And now let's go to the browser and reload. You can see the line starts growing from left to right because we set the transform origin property to left. Then it shrinks back from right to left. So it shrinks into its left point as well because when shrinking, we also set its transform origin property to left. So it's shrinking based on its left point from right to left. But we don't want that. We want it to shrink from left to right or into its right side. So how can we do that? Well, once it's fully scaled, we can just set its transform origin property to right, so that when it shrinks, it will shrink into its right point, and it will give us the effect we want. So I will go back here, and at 50% of the animation duration, I will change the transform origin property from left to right. And I will do the same at 100%. And now, when I go back and reload, you can see the line will shrink into its right point this time, or from left to right. And that is the effect we want. All right, now we want this animation to go on forever. So we'll go back here and add infinite. And now, when I go and reload the page, you can see the animation goes on and repeats itself forever. But there is one problem. Once one cycle of the animation is finished, it cuts off and starts again from the beginning, at the left. But we want it to reverse after finishing. So, after finishing, we want to go back from the end to the beginning. And we can do that by going right here next to the infinite property and add alternate. And if you remember, alternate is a value of the animation direction property, and it just tells the browser to make the animation start from its beginning and go to its end, and then from its end to its beginning, and so on and so forth. So now when I go back to the browser and reload, you can see that after the animation finishes, it moves in reverse, and this is exactly the effect we're looking for.